Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot. My name is Stephanie and this is a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars for February 2021. It's really weird. I wanted to say September. Maybe there is something going on with you in September. We will come back to that. But September is your birth month. Wow, okay, that happened. Interesting. Anyway, so welcome to the ones who are new. Sorry for that. And of course, welcome back to my subscribers and to the people who already know me. I just want to say in the beginning real quick, I work with Western astrology, I work with the tarot cards, I work with occasional other divination methods. I will bring the charms back today for you exclusively for the English reading. I also do this in German. That's why the cards are already out. I do have a German speaking channel, so check that out in the description box if you are interested. And I will talk general energies, and then in the second part of the reading I will talk a little more about the romantic situations, you and the other person, or a romantic situation that I hope will resonate with you, and I hope you gain more knowledge after this. So yeah, February is a month which is again gonna be interesting. All this action in Aquarius, we do have Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, we do have Saturn and Jupiter that moved into Aquarius and opened up this gate to new consciousness that we are slowly gaining over the next couple of decades and hundreds of it's just a whole new thing that's going on. And I think we are now starting to see where this is leading us and what is possible and how many possibilities we actually have when it comes to really expanding our knowledge and expanding our consciousness. With the Mercury retrograde and Venus in Aquarius, it will be about love, I think, and revisiting old cycles, very much so. Gaining understanding through revisiting old cycles. So I think it's going to be important to go back to learn what we haven't yet, and also to emotionally start anew, because also a new moon in Aquarius. Crazy, everything is happening in Aquarius. So we really start a new emotional cycle as well in Aquarius, and with this whole combination of planets and constellations, it's really something for years and years and decades and centuries to come. So we really can step into emotional reset. It's super interesting, I think. And the interesting and the important thing, I think, about this emotional reset is that we do have to understand that we do need to go back to old knowledge to be able to build new knowledge. The new cannot just come out of the new has to come out of the old in a way, and but we have to shed also the old. So that's going to be a huge complex putting together of information here for all of us. Then we have the Saturn and the Taurus, the Saturn and the Uranus square that is going on around the 17th. So that's a slow square, so it's a couple of days before already, like around the 10th I think it's already starting. So that's a lot of sudden revelations maybe when it comes to testing ideas in reality, and that might really you might benefit from this in a way, because it's in Taurus, the Uranus is in Taurus, and I think the sudden moments are not going to be as hard on you, as on other signs maybe, but still there is sudden moments where we have sudden realizations, and I think all of us will have that through communication as well with the Mercury. And communication with ourselves. And then the sun is going into Pisces, so it's going to be all emotional. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, that's happening too. And that's happening by the middle of the month, 18th. And it's going to get a little more mellow. I still think it's a nice month in a way. It's going to be interesting to say the least. And this 27th is a full moon in your sign. So you're really building up emotionally to get something to completion. And I think for you here in the cards is a very indication that this moon cycle is very important for you. 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Let's start with the hard facts. 5 of Cups here, this fell very much into the past. The whole thing that I'm seeing here with these 5 cards here with the general energies, for you this month is really about going back and look at moments that created disappointment, for you to understand which steps to take to move yourself into that 10 of Cups energy and into that abundance, satiety, 10 of Cups, full emotional picture sort of situation. And the 5, I mean, that is just a very huge jump here, actually. From the 5 of Cups to the 10 of Cups, that's what we all would like to just be able to do, just like that, you know. So I have a disappointment, and then the next thing I do is I go into the perfect relationship, into the perfect situation, into the perfect workplace, into the perfect emotional environment, and everything is perfect, and we all just love each other, and there's peace and harmony, and it feels great. Of course, that just involves much more steps to get there. It's not, there's a reason, because there's a reason for the 5 of Cups being the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Cups being the 10 of Cups. There is just a couple of steps in between. And I feel like this is kind of the frustration element here a little bit for you in February, that you're figuring out with the Mercury retrograde, like going back, you have to go back to the disappointments, to the uncomfortable feelings, to the traumatic experiences, to the sadness, to be able to create the positive out of it, you know, to create the strength out of it, to create the emotional, the right path for you out of it. And I think this is really what you're figuring out right now, and this month, that it is a lot about inner work here with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, and it might be blocked. And you might just always have, it's very intuitive how I read this right now, you might have always kind of like the feeling like, oh, I just won't get around it. It's like every time you want to move forward, it's like an energy like, oh, but I won't get around letting all the information come towards me. I will not be able to think this out in my head, you know, how I won't be able to just make the plan and do it. I will have to be forced to look within, and this might be really frustrating because the Queen of Wands are the observers. They are the ones who work also within, where there is invisible work done, inner work, and there is like some sort of restriction from it, like it feels restricted in a way for you to go there to do this inner work. It's very cyclic. It's so cyclic. 8 of Pentacles as well. It's hard to find the focus to do the emotional labor, I want to say. With the Queens in reverse, it's very much like I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel this. I also don't want to analyze it. I just want to get to a happy place. This is very much the sentiment here. And Virgo, you know that that's not going to work because you are very smart. So let's see, but it's okay, you know, this is just you trying to figure out how to step into a new life, basically, because we have the new life card. And I think there is a lot of movement you're trying to initiate here with in your love life or in your romantic situations. I have a feeling that there is a strong, out of this disappointment here, there's a strong need to just like communicate with people. Maybe you're online dating. This feels a little bit of like a single situation to me, or not a super strong bond, although you could go back to situations that remind you of the past. And I think this is really a cycle where you learn, like, don't step into disappointment, don't step into disappointment. This is the best way I can say it. But you have to do it to learn how not to do it. I know it's annoying, but that's also the whole Aquarius action here, this understanding what we can take from the past and what helps us in the way forward. So 8 of Wands, a lot of communication. You might really, I see online dating, or you might have like sparky, fiery communications with people maybe from the past. Maybe I see more like you really, not necessarily hooking up with someone from the past, but maybe going back to going through your phone book and being like, oh, why am I not texting this person? Let's text this. For some reason, I see that you're doing this here with the 8 of Wands, or might be doing it and going back into hitting up people where there is a sort of a sense of unfinished business, or because that's very Mercury retrograde thing to do. And I see more the initiative on your side, to be honest, with the Queens in reverse as well. That could be very much be the initiative from your side. Honestly, it's always the same cycle, and it's very karmic. It's like you've been there, you've done that, you're doing it again. Okay, it probably will lead to disappointment again, but whatever. That's kind of the feeling that I have here. And I think you should be aware. I don't see like this. I don't see new hurt. I don't see you really stepping into a new hurt kind of situation, but it brings up situations from the past or feelings from the past. It triggers disappointments from the past. So just be aware that this is not necessarily going to be super comfortable for you. There is a sense of emotional immaturity and trying to play around, it's like a play around sort of situation, like adventurous, whatever, let's just do a fun thing. And at the same time, with the Page of Cups in reverse, not being very open about your emotions, or the other person might not be very open about emotions. It's a little bit of a playful energy, flirty energy, but at the same time kind of emotionally immature, honestly. And very unbalanced. Justice card in reverse. So it's also like a feeling like one day you feel like this, one the other like this, and then you want this, and then you want this, and one day it's the one thing, and one day it's the other thing. Justice card in reverse. Also, this Aquarius thing, it's like flighty. It's very idea based. So when it comes to emotions and when it comes to grounding, there's hardly any earth energy here. So this is maybe something that's really irritating you, because you as an earth sign, you like to see results, and there is no results. There is no results whatsoever this month. It is still necessary to go through it for rearranging ideas, for reinventing a new life, for gathering experience, for gathering input also. I feel like you're looking for input from the outside as well that you can work with. This month, really, it's a little hard to find something you can actually really work with, but the end goal of this whole process still is this 10 of Cups. So you gotta have to go through this. You gotta have to go through it. It's weird, very weird. It doesn't even seem like, it doesn't seem like toxic or super like, oh, this is totally self-destructive. No, it's just like this weird, like, all right, I do this and I do that, and then I write this person and they're writing something back, but I kind of did expect that already, but I kind of cannot stop. But I'm not addicted to it and I don't care too much about it, but I also don't want... It has a little bit of a teenagey energy to it, the whole thing. There is some sort of a frustration element that you cannot get what you want, and therefore you're just like playing around with situations that you don't take very seriously. Yeah. And for the other and you're probably meeting other people, for them it's like a karmic thing, and for you it's more like, whatever, I don't even care. That's really how it seems like. And it's not fair, you know, it's not fair to either of you. It's not fair to yourself, it's not fair to the other person, just saying. Oh no, that's the wrong one, because that's German. I will try to translate it. Carmen Silva, that's quotes from Famous Women, 12th of December. Luck is... Oh, wait a second. Luck is not found in a ever so happy, heavenly moment. It's more in the small, tiny details of which we build our lives, out of which we build our lives. So yeah, this I thought of the 10 of Cups immediately, because this 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups, you can't just jump. I think the one big lesson here is you can't just jump from the 5 of Cups to the 10 of Cups, expect that everybody is just going to be happy-go-lucky and super happy all the time. It's work how you put those little situations together that you arrive at a place where it finally feels like you're emotionally fulfilled and you can share it with other people. So, charms. Music. There's a lot of joy and fulfillment emotionally right now in music. Maybe also there's a lot of song titles. Maybe you want to pick up an instrument. Maybe you're playing the guitar. Okay. Well, the stone is on the floor, and it says you need grounding. Your personality needs grounding right now. It's also, for me, it's a health stone, so maybe try to do something grounding for your health. Everything that has to do with natural, it fell on the wood floor, which with natural surroundings and nature in general, woods, and also I think you have to step into it. You have to maybe put a little more effort into doing things that are actually good for your health right now, for your physical health. So again, be careful that you don't pour too much emotion into a situation, because the Page of Cups in reverse can also be like a little bit of a overly emotional reaction to things, but in a way a little immature. No offense, but that's just what it is, you know. So with the copper here, the oxidized copper, for me it's a charm that says don't pour too much emotion on a thing, because it can ruin the thing, you know. It just puts it into a different stage, and when you do it too much, it ruins the whole thing. So that's what the oxidation here does with the copper, this green thing. And it's the same, you know, it's the same color basically, or very similar color than the jade, which is very interesting, because this other person, you know, might take it more to heart than you think. It's just not fair. Don't play around with hearts just because, you know. I know. And I know that the people who are dealing with a Virgo, they're gonna like, yes, they're playing with my heart. Either way, know that if you're dealing with a Virgo, they're not ready to do something that is in any sense serious right now. And has a serious, so don't expect anything from a Virgo right now. And Virgo, you don't expect anything from yourself right now. You're playing around, I understand. Just make sure that you are not playing down other people's emotions. Their emotions might be, yes, motivated more like sexually, and they might confuse that a little bit, but you know, younger energy sometimes does that, and it's not bad intentioned, and it's still authentic, you know. This is a very, there's a very strong sexual energy coming also from this side here with the match. If you're dealing with a specific person, yes, there is a strong sexual interest, but there is not much more about that to see here just yet. The stone, we have indication that they're very much set in their ways, being in a karmic situation for them, where they want to have something sexually, and I don't think that they are understanding that this is a cycle, but they are very set in this cycle. So I don't know. It is very flighty. The whole reading is very flighty, but for you, it's really about figuring out what steps to take to get from those disappointing situations here to the 10 of Cups, to this fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. Listen to a lot of music. Also, if you're in the US, or if maybe you're dealing with somebody from the US, and there's also a number on this 73. Maybe that's something that tells you something. Maybe that's an important number for you. So, yeah. Virgo, thank you for being here, and I hope this reading was of help for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.